Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in every life when doubt speaks louder than hope, when challenges feel heavier than our ability to carry them. In those moments, it's easy to believe that we are weak, that we've reached our limit, that we don't have what it takes to move forward. But today, I want to remind you of a powerful truth. You are stronger than you think. Most people believe strength is something obvious. They think strength is loud, confident, fearless, and visible to everyone. They imagine strength as standing tall when life is easy, winning when the odds are in your favor, or smiling when everything is going right. But real strength does not live in comfort. Real strength lives in difficulty. It hides in moments when life feels heavy, uncertain, and unfair, and it reveals itself only when you are pushed beyond what you thought you could handle. You don't discover how strong you are when everything is smooth. You discover it when plans fall apart, when doors close, when life forces you to adapt instead of relax. Strength shows up when you have no choice but to keep going, when there is no applause, no guarantee, and no clear path forward. It is easy to feel strong when nothing is testing you, but it is in pressure that strength takes shape. There are moments when life doesn't ask if you are ready. It simply demands more patience, more courage, more endurance. In those moments, you may feel afraid, overwhelmed, or exhausted. You may even feel weak. But feeling weak does not mean you are weak. It often means you are carrying more than you ever have before, and the fact that you are still standing, still trying, still moving forward in any way at all is proof of strength you may not even recognize yet. Many people underestimate themselves because they judge their strength by how calm they feel or how confident they sound. But strength is not calmness. Strength is continuing even when your hands are shaking. Strength is making hard decisions when your heart feels heavy. Strength is choosing responsibility when escape would be easier. Strength is showing up when giving up would make sense. Think about the moments in your life that changed you. Not the easy ones, but the hard ones. The moments that forced you to grow faster than you wanted to. The moments that demanded resilience instead of comfort. Those moments may have hurt, but they also revealed something powerful within you. You survived them. You adapted. You learned how to carry weight you once believed would crush you. That strength was always there, you just hadn't needed it before. Life has a way of revealing strength slowly. It doesn't appear all at once. It shows up in small decisions made under pressure, in choosing to stay when walking away would be simpler, in choosing to try again when failure has already knocked you down, in choosing integrity when shortcuts are tempting. These choices don't feel heroic in the moment. They feel difficult, uncomfortable, and lonely. But they are shaping you into someone stronger than you were before. There are people who go through life believing they are not strong simply because they struggle. They think strength means never breaking, never doubting, never falling apart. But strength is not about being unbreakable. It is about being able to rebuild. It is about learning how to stand again after being knocked down. It is about facing reality instead of running from it. When you are tested, your mind often tells you that you are at your limit, that you can't handle anymore. But limits are rarely real. They are often assumptions formed by fear. Again and again, people discover that they can endure more pain, more pressure, and more responsibility than they ever imagined. Not because they wanted to, but because they had to. And in doing so, they uncovered a strength they never trained for, never planned for, but always carried within them. Strength does not ask for permission to exist. It emerges when circumstances leave you no alternative. It is born in moments of uncertainty, disappointment, and loss. It grows quietly as you learn to cope, to adjust, to persevere. And often, by the time you realize how strong you've become, you've already overcome something that once felt impossible. You may be in a difficult season right now, a season where nothing feels stable and everything feels demanding. You may not feel strong at all. But strength is not a feeling, it is an action. It is the act of continuing despite discomfort. It is choosing effort over ease. It is refusing to quit, even when the reasons to quit seem logical. Ladies and gentlemen, strength is not something reserved for a few extraordinary people. It exists in ordinary people facing extraordinary pressure. It exists in those who keep moving forward even when they don't feel ready. It exists in those who endure, who adapt, and who rise slowly, imperfectly, but persistently. And very often, You only discover how strong you truly are when life puts you in a position where strength is your only option. Every person standing here today carries a history that no one else can fully see. Behind every calm face is a story of struggle, sacrifice, and survival. Too often, people look at their past and see only pain, mistakes, and moments they wish they could forget. But what if those struggles are not signs of weakness at all? What if they are the clearest evidence of inner power you possess? Your past was not easy, and it was not gentle. It tested you in ways that forced you to grow or give up. And yet, you are here, not because life was kind, but because something within you refused to disappear. That refusal, that quiet resistance against quitting, is strength. Many people focus on what they lost in hard times, but they overlook what they gained. They gained endurance. They gained perspective. They gained the ability to survive discomfort and still move forward. Struggles leave marks, but they also leave lessons. Each challenge you faced required you to respond, to adjust, to become more than you were before. Even when you felt unprepared, you found a way through. Even when you doubted yourself, you continued. That continuation is not accidental. It is evidence of inner power that existed long before you recognized it. There were moments when you felt you were falling behind, when progress seemed invisible and effort felt unrewarded. Moments when you questioned your worth and wondered if the struggle was even worth it. But struggle does not ask for perfection. It demands persistence. And persistence is a form of strength that only develops through hardship. Many people wish they could erase their past, thinking it holds them back. But the truth is, your past has trained you. It has shown you how to endure pressure, how to navigate uncertainty, and how to survive disappointment. These are not small abilities. They are rare skills developed only by those who have walked through difficulty instead of avoiding it. When life pushed you into uncomfortable situations, you learned resilience. When you faced rejection, you learned patience. When things did not go your way, you learned adaptability. These qualities were not given to you freely. They were earned through experience, through trial, and through moments that tested your emotional and mental limits. That is power shaped by struggle. There is a reason why people who have faced adversity often carry a quiet confidence, not the loud kind that demands attention, but the grounded kind that knows it can survive storms. They know that if life became difficult again, they would find a way through because they have done it before. Experience becomes evidence, and evidence builds belief. Your struggles may have slowed you down, but they did not stop you. They may have wounded you, but they did not defeat you. Every challenge you faced and survived added another layer of strength to your character. You didn't just endure, you evolved. You became more aware, more cautious, more determined. You learned what matters and what doesn't. You learned how to conserve your energy for what truly counts. It is easy to admire success, but success does not build inner power on its own. Comfort does not sharpen resilience. Ease does not teach discipline. Struggle, however, demands growth. It forces you to confront yourself, your limits, your fears, and your habits. And through that confrontation, you become stronger, whether you realize it or not. Sometimes, the very things you wish had never happened are the reasons you can now handle more than others. They are the reason you can stay calm under pressure, think clearly in chaos, and remain standing when things fall apart. What once felt like damage has become durability. When people look back on their past, they often do so with regret, pain, or disappointment. They remember the moments that hurt, the chances they missed, the failures that left scars. They wish things had been easier, smoother, kinder. But rarely do they stop to recognize the most important truth hidden inside those experiences. If you are still standing today, your past struggles are proof that there is deep strength within you. Struggle is not random. It enters life to test what lies beneath the surface. Anyone can move forward when life is predictable, but hardship exposes character. When life pushed against you, when circumstances became heavier than expected, something inside you responded. Even when you felt lost or unsure, you kept going. That response was not luck. It was inner power at work. There were moments when quitting felt reasonable, when walking away seemed like the smartest option, when staying required more energy than you believed you had. Yet somehow you stayed. You endured days that drained you emotionally and mentally. You faced uncertainty without clear answers. You carried responsibility when you felt unprepared. And even if you stumbled along the way, you did not disappear. That survival alone speaks volumes about who you are. Your struggles shaped you in ways comfort never could. They forced you to develop patience when things took longer than expected. They taught you humility when outcomes didn't match effort. They taught you endurance when rest was not an option. Each challenge demanded something from you, and each time you gave more than you thought you had. That giving is strength. Many people believe strength means never failing, but real strength often looks like failing and refusing to stay down. It looks like learning to live with disappointment without letting it destroy you. It looks like accepting reality while still holding on to hope. These abilities are not taught in easy seasons. They are learned only through struggle. There is power in knowing you have already survived your worst days. Power in remembering moments when everything felt uncertain, yet time moved forward and so did you. Those experiences become a foundation. They remind you that no matter how difficult the next challenge may be, you have faced difficulty before and lived through it. Struggles also refine perspective. They teach you what truly matters and what does not. After hardship, trivial problems lose their grip. You become more selective with your energy, your time, and your attention. You stop chasing approval and start chasing stability, purpose, and peace. This clarity is a form of strength. Many people never develop. Your past also gave you empathy. You understand pain because you have felt it. You understand fear because you have faced it. You understand perseverance because you have practiced it when there was no applause. This understanding makes you stronger not just for yourself, but for others who may be walking a similar path. Some struggles were visible, others were silent. Battles no one noticed, pain you didn't speak about, fears you carried alone. Just because others didn't see them does not mean they weren't real. Silent endurance is still endurance. Quiet survival is still survival. Strength does not need witnesses to exist. At times, your struggles may have made you doubt yourself. They may have made you question your ability, your worth, or your future. But doubt does not erase strength. Often, it exists alongside it. You can feel uncertain and still be powerful. You can feel tired and still be capable. The fact that you continued despite doubt shows that your inner power was stronger than your fear. Life does not reward everyone equally, but it reveals everyone honestly. Struggles reveal who keeps going when things don't go their way. They reveal who adapts instead of giving up. They reveal who learns instead of hardening. If your past includes hardship, then your life has already proven something important about you. Fear is one of the most misunderstood experiences in life. Many people believe that fear is a sign that something is wrong, that they are not capable, or that they are not strong enough. They assume that confident people never feel afraid, and that brave people move forward without hesitation. But fear is not a signal to stop. Fear is often a signal that you are standing at the edge of growth. Fear appears when you are about to step into unfamiliar territory. It rises when you attempt something that stretches you beyond what is comfortable. If you were doing nothing meaningful, fear would have no reason to show up. The presence of fear does not mean you are weak, it means you are expanding. It means you are challenging limits that once defined you. Every meaningful step forward carries uncertainty. Growth demands risk, and risk invites fear. When you try something new, when you aim higher, when you choose change over routine, your mind reacts by warning you of possible failure. This reaction is natural. It is not designed to hold you back forever, but to test your commitment. Fear asks a simple question: how badly do you want this? Many people turn back at the first sign of fear, believing it is a warning of danger. In reality, fear often guards the doorway to progress. The goals that matter most, the dreams that challenge you, and the changes that transform your life all require you to walk through fear, not around it. Those who grow are not fearless, they are willing. Fear also reveals how much something matters to you. You are rarely afraid of things that are unimportant. Fear rises when you care deeply about the outcome, when your reputation, future, or sense of purpose is on the line. That emotional response shows investment, not weakness. It shows that you are engaged in something meaningful. There are moments when fear feels overwhelming. Your heart races. Your thoughts fill with doubt. You imagine worst-case scenarios. In those moments, it is easy to believe you are not ready. But readiness does not come before action. It is built through action. Each time you move forward despite fear, you train yourself to handle more responsibility, more pressure, and more uncertainty. Fear does not disappear with success, it evolves. New levels bring new fears. New opportunities bring new risks. Growth is not a one-time event, it is a continuous process. Those who accept this understand that fear will always be part of the journey. They stop asking how to eliminate fear and start asking how to move with it. Avoiding fear leads to stagnation. When you constantly choose comfort, you trade potential for predictability. Life becomes safe, but small. Growth requires discomfort, and discomfort often arrives as fear. Choosing courage over comfort does not mean fear goes away, it means fear no longer controls your decisions. Fear can sharpen focus. It can push you to prepare, to think critically, and to respect the challenge ahead. When used correctly, fear becomes a tool rather than an obstacle. It keeps you alert, disciplined, and aware of what is at stake. The key is not letting it decide for you. Every person you admire has faced fear. Every leader, every innovator, every individual who changed their life did so while carrying doubt. The difference is not that they lacked fear, but that they refused to let fear define their limits. They understood that fear is temporary, but regret lasts much longer. Mental strength is not something we are born with. It is not measured by how loud we are, how confident we seem, or how quickly we succeed. True mental strength grows quietly, often unnoticed, through the choices we make every day. It is forged in persistence and shaped by self-belief. Those who think strength comes from talent or luck are overlooking the deeper truth. Mental strength is built one decision at a time, through repeated effort and unshakable faith in oneself. Persistence is the foundation of mental strength. Life will challenge you in ways you cannot predict. Goals will feel distant, obstacles will seem insurmountable, and setbacks will appear when you least expect them. Many people give up at the first sign of difficulty because they see temporary failure as proof that they are not capable. But persistence teaches a different lesson. It shows you that the distance between where you are and where you want to be is not measured in talent or luck, but in effort and consistency. Every time you keep going when giving up seems easier, your mental strength grows. Every time you try again after failing, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. Self-belief is the companion of persistence. Without belief in yourself, persistence becomes mere action, without purpose or direction. Self-belief fuels the willingness to take risks, to make hard choices, and to endure discomfort. It whispers to you in moments of doubt, "You can do this. You are capable." Self-belief is not arrogance. It is recognition of the power within you, even when the world seems to tell you otherwise. When you believe in yourself, challenges become opportunities to prove that faith true. Without self-belief, persistence is like rowing a boat without a rudder. You may move, but you do not move toward your goal. Mental strength is also strengthened by learning to endure discomfort. Success and growth rarely arrive in comfort. They arrive in struggle, in uncertainty, and in the face of adversity. The moments when life feels overwhelming are exactly the moments when mental strength is being tested and strengthened. Each time you push through doubt, fear, or exhaustion, you are training your mind to handle more. You are teaching yourself that challenges are not threats, but opportunities to grow stronger, smarter, and more resilient. Many people confuse mental strength with being unshakable. They think it is about never feeling fear, never making mistakes, or never questioning themselves. But true mental strength is not the absence of fear or doubt. It is the ability to act despite them. It is the ability to continue forward when your mind is screaming for comfort. It is the quiet determination to trust yourself even when nothing seems certain. The stronger your mind becomes, the more capable you are of facing life's unpredictability without being paralyzed by it. Persistence and self-belief also reinforce each other. The more you persist, the more proof you accumulate that you are capable. Each challenge you overcome becomes evidence that you can handle the next one. That evidence strengthens your self-belief. And the stronger your self-belief, the easier it becomes to persist in the face of difficulty. This is why mental strength is not built overnight. It grows gradually through repeated choices to try again, to stand firm, and to trust yourself even when progress is slow. Mental strength is visible in how you respond to challenges. It is visible when you keep showing up after failure. It is visible when you resist negative thoughts that tell you to give up. It is visible when you face criticism, setbacks, or ridicule without letting them define you. Every time you make the decision to move forward, no matter how small, your mind grows stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling what comes next. It is important to remember that mental strength does not mean doing everything alone. Seeking guidance, learning from others, and being open to support do not weaken your mind, they strengthen it. Mental strength is about knowing when to ask, learning from experience, and trusting that you can take what you learn and apply it. The combination of persistence, self-belief, and wisdom gained from experience forms a mind that can endure challenges that would overwhelm many others.